Hi everyone, in this video I'll talk about how to communicate more effectively in order to deal with conflict and increase intimacy and connection. Most couples come into therapy wanting to improve the way that they communicate with each other. Whether it's a conflict avoidant couple that don't assert their needs with each other, or on the other hand, whether it's a high conflict couple that just has too much drama. In either case, people often feel like they're not heard, understood, and cared for. Being a good, engaged listener is key to improving communication. So let's start there. The first step is to listen attentively. This is about not defending yourself, whether it's out loud or in your head. It's truly about listening to what the other person is saying, understanding, caring about what they have to say, focused on them instead of your own defense. The second step is to deepen your understanding. And this is about allowing yourself to be really curious about what it's like to be in the other person's shoes, to ask questions with the intent of really understanding what it's like to be the other person from their perspective, their history. This isn't about asking questions to defend yourself or to put out your perspective. It's truly asking questions to get clarification so that you can understand them better. The third step in becoming a more engaged listener is to express empathy. And this is about really understanding, imagining what it's like being in the other person's shoes and expressing this compassionately with them. So this can be done non-verbally through eye contact and through your facial features and kind of showing that you do genuinely care about what they're saying. This can be through a short statement like, "I hear that you felt really hurt by what I said." The fourth step is to communicate your understanding. And this is about where you tell them what you've learned about their point of view to make sure that you understand them accurately. And if you didn't, for whatever reason, it's about getting clarification and then maybe even going through the process again. This is the place where a lot of people mess up, and they use it as an opportunity to defend themselves or put in their perspective. But it's really just meant to be a recap, a summary of what you understand about the other person's perspective. The other way to improve communication is to be a mindful speaker. And the first step in this process is to focus. This is about focusing on one thing at a time, whatever's most important to you, to really emphasize that so that you don't overwhelm the listener. The second aspect is avoid attacking. Make sure you're calm enough to engage in a conversation with vulnerability and without putting the other person down. This isn't about blaming, attacking, or name-calling. That's only likely to put the other person on the defense. It's about communicating more clearly what's most important and in a way that's most likely to be heard. The third aspect in being a mindful speaker is to learn about yourself. This is about noticing what triggers you. Maybe it's from unmet needs in the past or the present, and being really mindful and compassionate with yourself about this. This is being open and curious, being open to self-discovery, that we all sort of are hurt in relationships, but we can also heal in relationships. And part of that is learning more about ourselves, not only being intimate with other people, but also increasing intimacy and understanding of ourselves. The fourth step is to express yourself without holding the other person solely responsible for your reactions. So one way of doing this is by making I statements, just the facts. So it can be, when you said XYZ, I felt XYZ. There's no interpretation of the facts, it's just simply what it is and expressing that. It's not saying a covert blaming statement like, I think you're a jerk. That's not effective. It's also an opportunity here to assert your needs by making requests, not demands. Learning a new communication model like this can feel a little clunky at first, so it's important to practice and take turns. So I want to recommend that you start with something that's maybe more like a 5 or a 6 out of 10 in terms of intensity or importance, so that you can get through it without sort of making so many mistakes. This is, again, about leading with vulnerability with someone that you trust and value, so that you're much more likely to resolve it in a satisfying way.